A love from a distance, so that's, something I'm willing to share about too, my experience, how, that has been with cutting certain people off, being comfortable. It's kind of like learning how to say no. Cutting people off is, in a way, it's learning how to say no.
Yeah, it's learning. It's pretty much to show people that I'm not going to accept anything less than how I view myself.
Yeah, how you
so
supposed to be
my
treated.
value and how am I supposed to be treated? I'm not going to scoop down to your level and think this is normal, because I've heard things, to where it's like, oh, well, that's so and so, that's your brother, that's your sister, that's your cousin. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
If people don't respect me for me, and the respect that I have for myself, then no, I don't. I gotta love you from a distance. I still got love. Some people I still got love for, but it's better just keep a distance because. It's just no understanding there. There's no accountability there. And there's all these stuff that the people that because I don't want to cut people off. I'm nice, and like I really I wish I could have like these family Christmases, where all the family can come together. And a lot of people do, and a lot of people could scoop down to being around fake family members or fake people, and I'm just like I'm not that,
Right.
So for with my family, I got a decent relationship with them, and
well, you have two families, kind of like me. I have two families in a way because I have like my stepdad's family, and then I have like my mom's family, which is my family, and then you have your adoptive family, and then you have your biological family.
Yeah. Well, for those, a lot of people may not know that I was adopted by my pre-K teacher, Caucasian lady. I love her to death. Our relationship is not the best right now, but I still always got love for her. Love from a distance. It's just some things. It's so hard to. Just accept things, and, when you express yourself and feel like you're not understood, it's kind of hard to really have a relationship. So that's kind of where I'm at. But, they did a lot for me, like my adoptive parents, I've seen a side, that a lot of people, from where I come from don't see,
Mm-hmm.
Like I went from, my mom, being in the hood, with my mom and, all my siblings, and I still had a great time there too. Don't get me wrong, I was blessed that I didn't really go through a lot of traumas in my childhood, So I was blessed in both, but I went from being with my mom, my mom had 6 kids, none of our dads were there. So I just remember, it was just my mom, with 6 kids, 3 boys, 3 girls. That's how it all started out. So, but then my pre-K teacher met me and, she took me in like her own, and she adopted 2 other kids from Romania too, took them in like, her own too, so I got to see a side that a lot of people don't, which is, 2 different sides, of 2 different things, So, it's definitely, like I said, like I think I said in the last one, it's about just the experience and exposure, what you're exposed to. It's who, what's going to make you, as an adult.
Yeah, you had, like you said, you were blessed to have the both sides and both experiences pretty much, raised by 2 families. So that's similar to me. Like I was originally like, I had a teen mom. My mom was 16 at the time. And I was raised by my grandparents, and they said they were looking like for maybe adopting another child. It was something like, that my grandma really wanted at the time. And then it happened, but it didn't happen in the best way, like it was, a lot of troubling, a lot of, issues related to, just the people involved during that time.
Yeah.
And, later I learned the things that had happened that took place. And so it's just like, a lot happens, and so like I said in the previous, episode, I was like, I had moved to the United States. My mom remarried, and she was young too at the time when, she met my stepdad. She was 25. Yeah. So she was very young still at that time. And so we had to learn, we were growing up together because, from having a teen mom, you're growing up together.
Yeah.
And when she remarried, I feel like a lot of things shifted and changed, and you know how it is, like, the now we have, you know, a male leader in the household.
Exposure, you got exposed to someone else.
And, yeah, and so they want things a certain way. They have certain rules, and so it's just, you know, I went through all of that, experiencing like going, you know, overseas, pretty much like going to another country, experiencing having a new dad, like all of that.
Yeah.
So like I said, a lot of people ask me like, ¿Cómo sabes español? ¿Cómo hablas bien? And they're like, how is your Spanish so good? I'm like, because I had like a Peruvian side, you know, like a family.
Yeah, so you had Portuguese and Spanish growing up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Both the same, you know?
Yeah.
Because your mom spoke Portuguese and stepdad spoke Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I had, you know, lots of aunts and everything. So I had to speak to them in Spanish growing up.